So what is going on, guys, and welcome back to episode number 13 of our Portsmouth career mode on the PS4 FIFA 15, and we are starting off with our toughest test yet at the King's Power Stadium up against Leicester in the Capital One Cup quarter-final, and this is to go into the semi-final. And I was looking forward to playing this game, as it was going to be about our biggest test there. As you can see, there was Schmeichel, the likes of Ulloa, Nugent, Drinkwater, the very experienced Konchesky. They've actually got Nick Powell as well in the centre attack and mid-role. So it's going to be our biggest game so far, and the biggest stadium we've actually played in for a lot of these players. And I'm very pleased that we've had the opportunity to get this far in the Cup and do very, very well. And I really do hope we can try and give Leicester a run for their money. Even if we can't beat them, I really do hope we can do well against them. But actually there we are rocking up our pretty much best squad we can possibly put out. Apart from, instead of Munir, we are actually playing with Story up front, as I believe Story may be able to abuse them a little bit more because of his agility and everything. But Fortune does very well in the first 4 minutes, runs down the wing, and we do very well to win the first corner of the game. From the resulting corner, Jeb Wallace, once again on corner duty, whips the ball in the box. Kasper Schmeichel does come out, make a very good punch. It doesn't actually get there, actually. We do get a good chance. Sarr plays the ball to Robinson. Robinson picks up the ball. He cuts inside, has a wonderful shot. It was a good save, and Story is there. He chips the ball past Schmeichel and into the back of the net. So within the 8th minute, we have found ourselves 1-0 up against Leicester at the King Power Stadium. And I was so pleased that we've managed to get the goal, which resulted in putting us 1-0 up. And look at the support from all of our players running up and supporting Story there as he scores a very good goal. And actually, he does very well to chip it past him, little cheeky chip. Because I chipped it in case I thought Schmeichel might have died, but he didn't. But thankfully, the ball still ended up in the back of the net, and it worked out very, very well. And that is pretty much thanks to Paul Robinson having a very, very good shot and a good save from Kasper Schmeichel, who I would love to bring into the club, as I really, really do rate him as a goalkeeper in the Barclays Premier League. But we do actually get the next chance. They actually get the next chance in the game. Sorry, they come down the wing through Nick Powell. We do actually manage to clear the ball. Unfortunately, it doesn't go very far. It comes through lower. The ball comes to James. James has a shot, and we do get a pretty much weird deflection, but the goalkeeper manages to actually push the ball out wide for a corner. From the resulting corner, Jones comes out, and a very, very unconvincing catch, as you can see here. He comes out. It doesn't do anything. He like flaps it. The ball comes back out to Cambiasso. Cambiasso plays the ball to Drinkwater. Drinkwater does very well. Runs down the wing. Has a good shot. Had a good cross. Sorry. And the header from there, guy at the back post, is pretty poor, and if it was on target, we would have ended up in big trouble. But we do very well in the 62nd minute. A Story is running down the wing. He cuts inside, has a very, very good shot, but it was a good save there. Loza gets another good shot, but it was a wonderful save from the goalkeeper. But then the referee blew for a penalty. I could not believe it that the referee has actually given me a penalty. It was pretty much a dream come true, especially in the 65th minute, as we were trying to hold out for this 1-0 win. And actually there, I don't know why he actually gave me a penalty, but I was very, very pleased he actually did. And actually there, Kasper Schmeichel did actually make a wonderful save. But from the resulting corner, we do decide to give the ball to Azog, as Azog has some very, very good penalty stats. I was thinking about giving it to Loza, but then I thought, no, I'm going to try and secure the goal. And actually here, I do end up giving it to Azog, I believe, because Azog has got the best penalty stats. As you see there, Azog does actually 64 penalty stats. He is very, very nervous stepping up to his penalties. As I can see, the number 30 for Portsmouth steps up against Kasper Schmeichel. He powers it and scores an absolutely wonderful penalty right into the top corner of the net, leaving Kasper Schmeichel no chance. Even if he went the right way, there's no way he's going to be saving that. And Azog puts us 2-0 up against Leicester, and it looked like we could be progressing in the Capital One Cup and maybe get into the semi-final, which would be an amazing achievement, as they wanted us to reach the round of 32 as our league objective at the start of the season, and somehow we have managed to get so far in the Cup. We put a really good run together. We have been fortunate that we haven't had any of the major teams. It's our first Barclays Premier League team that we're actually playing against, but we haven't had any teams like the likes of Tottenham, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, Man United. But we do actually make a very good save with Paul Jones there, and that was actually final whistle. So we ended up winning 2-0 up against Leicester at the King Power Stadium, and it was a wonderful result for us there. And actually there, Jones does actually get a man of the match 8.6 rating. But Cardiff to progress, as do Everton and as do Spurs. So I really hope I'm going to avoid Spurs in the semi-final, and if we have to play them in the final, that's what we're going to have to do. But I really do hope we don't have to play them, because I do know it will be an extremely difficult game if we do have to. But hopefully we can do well to avoid them. But our next game was in the FA Cup, and it was against Plymouth Argyle. pretty much our rivals in the league. We are both doing very, very well in the league. We're both in the top half of the table. But actually, there's a squad we're going to be rocking. Webster actually playing at centre-back also at this time, as does Winter, the new captain. Christensen and Shorey. Ertel is actually playing centre defensive mid. As you can see there, we've got a weird side. We've got Lawson on the wing, Holland centre attacking mid, and Bagululi up front, which is pretty weird. But he has actually got the ability to play up front, because I actually looked at his stats before, and it says, as you guys know, he's a 66 rated player. But he can actually play up front as well as centre attacking mid, which is very, very good that we've got a versatile player. But as we get into this game here up against Plymouth Argyle, sorry. We do get the first chance of the game. Hollands picks up the ball, play the ball to Holmes. Holmes does actually play the ball out wide. He does actually get taken out, but we play the ball out wide eventually. Story picks up the ball. He plays a good ball through to Bagululi. Bagululi finds Hollands in the middle. Hollands has a good touch, has a good shot, but unfortunately for us, it was a wonderful save from the goalkeeper. It was nice from getting an early goal in this game. So within the first 3 minutes, we'd actually tested their goalkeeper straight away, and he looked pretty promising. From the resulting corner, nothing come off it. The goalkeeper does come up, make a very good punch, and that was actually it. But our next chance does come from Westcar. Westcar plays the ball to Bagululi. Bagululi does amazingly well, beats Nelson for pace. He keeps running down the wing. He beats him. He plays the ball back to Holmes. Holmes with a comfortable finish, and we do find the back of the net in the 35th minute, and we find ourselves 1-0 up at home against our rivals in the league. But this is actually in the FA Cup, and we're not actually very far into the FA Cup, and the big teams haven't actually joined yet because they don't join until round 3. So that's why, as you guys have probably seen, if you watch like Docklander's career mode, as maybe MGH's, as maybe AA9 skills, you're probably thinking, how come we're on the 14th episode and we're still not in the transfer window, whereas they're in the 14th episode and they're in the transfer window? The reason being is because we have got so many more games. We have got 24 teams in our league, which means we're playing 24 times. Also, the cup games are very, very difficult. We have the Johnston Paint Trophy, which is even more games. We have the Capital One Cup, obviously, which don't make any difference, the same as always. But the FA Cup, we have the extra games as well, which is pretty disappointing because you have the extra 3 games at the start. But thankfully, we are getting through the season pretty quickly, and hopefully we'll try and finish it very, very soon and try and get promoted into the Empower League 1, which we can hopefully do. But as you see there, they do actually equalise with us in the first half, at the end of the first half. But in the second half, we do manage to get a penalty. This time, Bagululi was going to step up for penalty duty, and he does slot the ball exactly in the same place as Zog, right into the top corner, leaving the goalkeeper no chance, and we found ourselves 2-1 up again, up against Plymouth Argyle. And once again, we're back up, and actually their Cristiano Ronaldo celebration, which I absolutely love, and you guys are going to probably see it, me celebrating with a few players like that, because I just absolutely adore that celebration. I think it's a wonderful celebration, and I'm very, very glad that they've actually put it in the FIFA 15 game. But we found ourselves 2-1 up against Plymouth Argyle, which I believe is a very, very good result, as we did actually manage to beat them in the league as well. We actually beat them 2-1. I believe it might have been at home, or away from home, I believe. But we are doing very well in the league as well, as in the Carling Cup, as in the FA Cup. The Johnston Paint Trophy, we're actually still in it as well. So we're doing pretty well, but unfortunately for us, in the 75th minute, play the ball in the box, Harvey gets up and slots it past Jones into the back of net, and they find themselves back on level terms in the 80th minute. So in the last few minutes of the game, they do manage to get a very, very good cross, and they meet it with a very good header, and unfortunately we found ourselves back on level terms. But we do very well here. We're on the counter attack. Webster makes a very good block here, does very well to keep the ball in play. He plays an absolutely wonderful ball through to Bagululi. We saw Westcar at the near post. He whips the ball in the cross. Westcar gets to the ball, slots it past goalkeeper. In the 90th minute, in the last kick of the game, we managed to get the goal, which results in us progressing in the cup. And as you see there, Bagululi absolutely taking out Westcar with a wonderful celebration, and I was really, really pleased that Westcar picked up an all-important goal. And as you can see from the replay, he done very well to get enough power on that and enough accuracy just inside the post to beat the goalkeeper there. The goalkeeper with no chance whatsoever. Even if like Casillas and De Gea were in goal, I don't think they would have saved it. So Westcar picks up a vitally important goal for us, which does actually win us the game 3-2. So an epic game there, 3-2, which I was very pleased that we managed to do. So as you can see there, we've had 2 extremely important games in the cup so far. We played against Leicester, we played against Plymouth Argyle, and we've actually won both of them. We won 2-0 and we won 3-2. And our next game is in the cup, and now it's in the Johnston Paint Trophy. So pretty much in this game we've had the FA Cup, the Carling Cup, and the Johnston Paint Trophy. So we've had all 3 competitions in one episode, which is basically why it's called the Amazing Cup Games, because it pretty much is. We did get some squad reports here, nothing really good. I didn't decide to sign anyone because there was no one worth signing, and also because the squads that we've actually got, the scouts, they're pretty bad. I mean, they only cost 50,000, and they're just their overall is just awful. The players they're picking up, and I do believe we might have to try and save up a little bit of money to sound out a proper scout. But the team we have to play up against Port Vale, they do have 5 in midfield, so it's going to be very hard to break them down through the middle. But I do believe we've got the squad to do it. But pretty much straight from kickoff, we do very good. 5th minute, Bartram runs down the wing, does very well, beats them with pace, plays a very good ball in the box. It was a good save, and Munir had the tap in past the goalkeeper in the 7th minute. And once again, we get a very early goal, as in the Leicester game. We do very well to pretty much surprise the opposition as we come out like trains and they come out still asleep, and that is what we love to do at Portsmouth. And actually, there was a pretty comfortable finish from Munir, and Munir was not going to be missing from there. The goalkeeper I think, should have held the actual original cross, but Munir was there to pick up the missing piece and slot the ball home. The goalkeeper tried to make up for his earlier mistake, but unfortunately for them, he couldn't, and fortunately for us, we found ourselves 1-0 up in the Johnson Paint Trophy, which actually then Munir has actually got 2 goals in the Johnson Paint Trophy, which is very, very good. But the next chance does come to us. Munir picks the ball up, plays a wonderful through to Loza. Loza has a good shot, but unfortunately his shot just treacles wide of the post. I tried to chip it over the on-rushing legs of the Port Vale goalkeeper, but unfortunately it didn't work properly. But the next chance does come to them. Yates plays the ball in the box in the 64th minute. Plays a wonderful ball in the box. They come across the front post, and it was a wonderful, wonderful header there. And I would have been very pleased if I had scored that. And he does very well to climb up against Christensen and power his header in at the near post, leaving Paul Jones no chance whatsoever to get anywhere near that one. Actually, there a powerful header right in the corner, and Jones was never going to have enough reaction time to get to that. But in the 75th minute, Odds picks up the ball. Dodds skips past one, plays the ball to another, and a wonderful save from Jones to deny them from getting a goal, which would have resulted in putting them 1-0 up. And as you see there, East actually congratulating him. East was actually playing it right back in this game. As I'm starting to experiment with the squad, as we are doing pretty well, and against the smaller clubs, I really do think we should start playing players like East, Watmore, and Webster, because they're very, very good players. Butler has also now pretty much got himself into the first team. But Munir does very well in the 75th minute, sprints past players, he's one-on-one, he does very well, cuts inside on his right foot, an unfavoured right foot, has a good shot, but unfortunately it just goes wide of the post, and if that went in, that would have been a wonderful solo goal, but unfortunately it didn't. And in the 94th minute, so we're now in extra time, we play the ball through, Loza was through on goal, unfortunately I do catch him up, but he has a good shot. But unfortunately, the ball just goes wide of the post, and once again, we were failed to test the goalkeeper in the 95th minute, so a little bit disappointing there. But here in the 110th minute, we do get the ball. Wallace this time does very, very well. He comes inside, he takes on Yates, plays a lovely ball through to Forgeston. Forgeston has a shot, it was a wonderful save, and once again, they managed to get the ball clear, so we just couldn't seem to break them down. But thankfully, we do manage to break them down. In the 160th minute, Story was trying to beat Slew for pace. He does do very well. Slew takes him out in the aftermath, and they do give us a penalty. The referee then gets out his red card, sends him off, and we now have the advantage with the 3 penalties in 3 games. Jordan Slew was off the pitch. We now had the man advantage. We now had the advantage of having a penalty in the last stages of the game. And as you see there, he took out his standing foot. That was very lucky that Story didn't get an injury, and thankfully he actually didn't. But we do get the penalty, and Zog was on penalty duty, as he did score in the first game up against Leicester. Bagluli scored in the second game, but now Zog was on penalty duty once again. This time he goes in exactly the same place, all 3 penalties in the same place. This time the goalkeeper once again goes the wrong way, and we found ourselves 2-1 up in the 119th minute, I should say, and I was so pleased that we'd managed to do that. And pretty much that was actually how the game would finish. We do extremely well to do this in the dying stage of the game, as Zog puts the ball right in the top corner, leaving the goalkeeper no chance whatsoever, and we found ourselves 2-1 up in the dying stage of extra time in the Johnson Paint Trophy competitions. In this episode, we've progressed in the Capital One Cup, we progressed in the FA Cup, and we progressed in the Johnson Paint Trophy. So pretty much that is going to be it for this episode. If you did enjoy it, please make sure to hit the like button down below, as it is extremely appreciated. And I really do hope to see you very soon for the next episode of Portsmouth Career Mode. Bye bye.